Hi everyone, welcome back to History San Diego. I'm George Farrar. When we talked last time about the Louisiana Purchase, I talked about the Napoleonic Wars that were going to engulf Europe. France invaded Spain in 1808, and this helped to spark the immediate overthrow of José de Iturbide, the Viceroy of New Spain, since 1803. There would be 150,000 field troops in Spain by 1809. After the invasion, the Mexican independence movement began to flourish in the lands of the Viceroyalty of New Spain. This was going to set off tumultuous events that would impact what we know of today as San Diego. In this episode of History San Diego, we're going to watch the Viceroyalty of New Spain's power on the North American continent come to an end. By 1821, San Diego would go from being governed by the Viceroyalty of New Spain, a far-flung empire spanning the globe, to being governed by the new nation of Mexico. In our show, we'll look at how it all happened to put San Diego on a different trajectory than what might have happened if the empire had remained. A lot happened in a short period of time, over a decade, so let's look at it. Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Spain, Emperor of France, and he overthrows two Spanish monarchs, Charles IV and Ferdinand VII, and he installed his older brother, Joseph Bonaparte, who already held a previous title of King of Naples, and so he would be made King of Spain. Ferdinand VII will ultimately regain the throne after fighting the French, and Napoleon began to fall. After word got back to New Spain about the French invasion of Spain, José de Iturbide, the Viceroy of New Spain since 1803, was overthrown. People were ready to stake their claims for governance amidst the power vacuum. But there was even more to happen beyond even those power struggles. The Mexican people were going to demand, fight for, and achieve independence, which they were going to get in the 1820s. So things were going to change rapidly. Miguel Hidalgo y Costilla, a Catholic priest of all people, was going to inspire people to rise up against the empire. So through the 1810s, there will be a lot of violence across the different regions. Please enjoy these beautiful illustrations depicting those turbulent times. To me, the culmination of everything coming to a head was in 1819 with the signing of the Adams-Onis Treaty, and this is where Florida was ceded to the United States of America. So Florida started out as a territory, eventually became a state, and Florida, incidentally, is the state where I was born and grew up in and spent over 40 years of my life in. And so we see that at this point, the United States is getting larger. The Viceroyalty of New Spain, containing San Diego and so much of the Southwest, what we know today as the Southwest of the United States, it has pulled back to the Southwest, and we see a growing United States of America. And we can see the Oregon country, which was disputed at that point between the United States and Great Britain. And we see the various territories of the United States and the states at that time. And of course, to the north, Canada, and of course then the Viceroyalty of New Spain, because by that point, Mexican independence had not yet happened. Here we see some more detail about the Spanish Viceroyalty of New Spain as part of the empire, right before independence came about for the Mexicans. They would achieve independence in the 1820s. So we get a glimpse of where things stood with the treaty lines as they were. And it's something that I want to have some focus on throughout our series. There are these people, and they have these maps, and they make these agreements, and these lands are granted, and some lands are fought for, and some lands are taken, and people gain influence, and people have power, and people have resources. So we're going to, time and time again, look at maps and lines and property and estates and the ranchos and all those different things out there in this series. So I'm excited to be able to really drill down on a lot of different things. But as we can see here, we can see that there's still a lot to be settled in North America. Here we see some more illustrations of the leaders who made the revolution possible and achieved the ultimate prize, independence for the people of Mexico from the empire. Ultimately, by doing this, they also freed the people of San Diego to operate under government which ruled closer to the people it governed, with Mexico City as the center of power, rather than Madrid. I want to thank you for watching History San Diego, and I want to invite you to, not only if you haven't already done so, to subscribe or to share if you enjoy what you've seen, but also to check out some more of the shows to get an idea of what all has been going on in San Diego's history prior to 1821. So, I have a lot planned, as you can see by our schedule, and I look forward to bringing you even better shows, and I'm promising you some on-location shows ahead this season. And I have a special History San Diego show to bring you later in December 2022, and so I do want to encourage you to please stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy. See you later.